Hey guys, it's Starting coming at you with more hardcore Minecraft, and today we are going to look for some snow. Promises to be a very exciting time. It is day 192. I should put that in the description. This is the sort of thing I should also check beforehand. But you know, what are you going to do? So very exciting. Closing in on day 200. If I can manage to not do anything careless, then we'll live almost forever. Now, my next trade is going to be, or rather, my next enchant is going to be Silk Touch. So all I need to do is get up to level 30. Hi, Justine. Hi, Renee. But, yeah, we're just gonna keep on. The butchers will be hanging around here, and we'll be able to turn these into plenty of emeralds. That'll give us some experience, not as much as we might want. And until we leave, I'm just going to turn the block sounds off. For my sake, it is unlikely that it bothers anybody else as much as it bothers me, but for me, I'm going to turn the block sounds off whenever I'm around the chicken coop because I need to be there for a little bit. You're trying to do a hyper pop art style. I know what hyper pop the music genre is, but I don't know if I know what the art style is outside of that. Hi, Heat Livin'. Or at least I think I know what hyperpop is. That golem is contemplating life, liberty, the nature of rust, and all the other things. I have recalled that the butchers live here, so I'm going to do what everybody wants to do and wake up the merchant in the middle of the night and say, hey, are you interested in buying some of my wares? There we go, and we are looking for this fellow. Is the leather worker? No. Alright, I'll find him. Here he is. We will know him by his emerald. And this is going to get him... Yeah, he'll level up in the middle of the night. Yes, now he is a master leather worker. And he sells saddles. So now for the low price of 6 emeralds, we can get saddles. And again, he thinks he's laying in bed, but we're going to get a little bit more experience out of him all the same. I don't feel guilty about waking them up. Again, they were probably not even really sleeping. It's hard to say. The only thing I can say for certain is that I feel absolutely no guilt about this. Shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody. Black cat? Oh my goodness, look how black the black cat is. Is that totally void? Beautiful. Beautiful. Just like a tropa. I didn't even know that they had them. Yes, I must get salmon right away. This is the most important thing. That cat must not be allowed to get away. Oh no, not a drowned. I do so love very, very black cats. 1 raw salmon will not be enough because I will not be lucky enough, so... A couple more salmon will be the order of the day, and then we will acquire the cat, and the cat duo will be complete. Justine, you know, that is a widespread belief, but I don't happen to share it. I'm not here to argue with anybody about it, but I do not believe that, and I never will. Where'd she go? Hello, girl. Yes. Now I'm going to creep up carefully. This will stop you from being alarmed, and I will gently offer you a salmon. Tropa, come on, girl. You know me. We're old friends. I will just creep gently up. Alright. If a tropa wants to run, that's what we're gonna do. Come on, girl. Here, eat a salmon. We will be friends. There is no need to run. Be part of the family. No! Come on now. There we go. That's my girl. Come on. Let's introduce you to everyone. Oh, she's so perfect. How wonderful. Born on this beautiful night of the full moon. Yes, come in, come in. She just runs right in, yeah. Hey, Garuda. A new member. Where is she? Come on in now. The door is wide open. Alright. This actually is very reminiscent of real-life Atropa's behaviors. She was a real rambunctious cat. This cat doesn't really need to live inside anymore. It'll get too crowded. He can go back to being a creeper cat. But there we go. Come on, Garuda. You are absolutely not going out here. Don't be silly. Alright. And we'll have this cat sit down out here. Yes. Inside. Just like the real Atropa. Here we go. The gang's all back together again. I actually had a cat in my survivor world that I had named Atropa, but I didn't know that there was like a proper pure black one. So, hooray! Magnificent. Garuda approves, naturally. And Luca's got no problem with it. Bella's got no problem with it. Inaugural night, we'll lay down and let Atropa get there. Real life Atropa would do this thing where she would lay on your chest at night and then occasionally just like smack you in the side of the head. I'm not making her sound very nice, but I liked her a lot in spite of her behaviors. Oh, hi, Sid. The black cat just appeared on the island, and I noticed that it was a perfectly beautifully black cat, and now they are here, so very exciting. What? Okay, that was a Enderman, and that is okay. He is whooping. I'm gonna go outside and okay, so he's trying to take my valuable dirt with grass on top of it. This is an outrage. Why? No, come back here. I want you to hit you with my sword. Alright, it's not working. The Enderman is a coward, and I challenge him to a duel. I'm going to stand here for, like, a little bit, and if he doesn't show up, then no decent person should deal in commerce or society with that Enderman, who's a charlatan and a thief. Alright, I threw down the gauntlet. He doesn't appear to want to pick it up. If I see that Enderman, though, I'm gonna hit him right with the sword, No need for pleasantries, since he has already robbed me. But, enough about that. It is now time to see how much wheat I have, and/or hit cows with the sword. How many cows are there? Just like 250. That's enough. I already have a name for the black cat. The black cat's name is Atropa. The Atropa and Belladonna are named for actual cats that I had once upon a time. Hi, Natasha. I do have nieces, but I don't really talk about my family's information on here. Like, non-personally identifiable stuff, absolutely, but I'm not, like, trying to tell specific stories about specific human beings that haven't given me permission to do it, you know. But I do have 3 nieces. The oldest of them is, I don't know, like 8 or 9 or 10 or something. Don't make me lie to you about it, but yeah, they're great kids. They're smart as anything, and really cool to be around. I don't live super close to them, so I don't see them all the time. They live like in the same state, but it's a good bit away. I don't think I am anybody that you know's relative, although it is theoretically possible. I need to make a chest next to this guy for all of the extra leather so that I don't keep on putting it in the cow thing, which is mainly for, you know, cow meat, which also should be more close to the smoker people. Do I have wood in any of these? Yes, barely. Good. Once again, the problem with almost being organized. I live in Arkansas. The natural state. I don't mind, like, really broad ones, but, you know, I'm not trying to say anything that would be like a password question. Not that I think someone's trying to get one of my passwords, you know, but, you know, I don't want to tell you the name of my elementary school or the specific town I live in, but the state doesn't bother me, you know. I'll say how old I am and all that kind of thing, but I don't mind the question, you know. It's just not a No, I do not live in Washington, and I have never been to Washington. One of my siblings does live in Washington, but I have never visited them there. They say it's a nice place. Oh, I have wood in this chest. That's a good place for it. And what I did there was called a lie. It's a terrible place for it. We're going to put it further over here. Alright, I'm going to put a little wood block under this one. That'll make this an actual place where wood is supposed to be. Because whenever I'm around in the village, I obviously, there's that word again, I clearly will need wood sometimes. And the rest of this absolute ridiculousness of a chest, we'll deal with at a later date. Which is a fancy way of saying never. But all I need to do now is go in and bash some some chickens. Texas. Texas is nice. I've been to Texas many times. Alright, we're just going to hit some with our sword. Yes. And as soon as the wonderful ting of experience comes in, there we go, there's level 30. Perfection. Magnificence. All of the good things. We're just going to cull almost all of it, and then throw the, There we go. Good deal. We'll toss some eggs in while we go. This likely will be too much for our whole inventory because I got random trash in there, but we might be able to pick it all up. Yep, it looks like it's just going to work out. You ask if I have a schedule for videos and stuff. No, I do not. I have been streaming daily or nearly daily for ever since basically the first day that I streamed. But it just depends. I work full time, and I don't always have great days, right? So if I have a really rough day, I'm not gonna be trying to get off work and try to do this, because I'll be just like really really moody and irritable, which is sort of like a resting state for me, is to be unpleasant. And so I also, I don't know how to phrase this properly. I tend to resent demands on my time. So if I said I was going to stream every day at 11 o'clock, then I would spend the whole day thinking about how I had to do it because I said I was going to do it, right? And then I would be spending so much time thinking about how I needed to meet my obligations that it would fill up more time around the thing. But now whenever I just get home from work and do whatever and then, stream for an hour or whatnot, there's no pressure on me, because if I decide not to, I never said I would. And that was a lot of words. I mean, not like a crazy excessive amount of words, but a lot of them. But anyway, yeah, I am much more comfortable if I don't tell anyone that I'm going to do anything, because then if I decide that I don't want to do it and I just want to lay down in bed and watch videos on the internet, I don't have to feel like I need to be sorry for it. Because that's basically my whole structure for life right now, is such that I don't ever have to feel guilty if I want to just lay in bed. All I have to do is show up for work. And although I really like streaming, I never want to make myself feel like it's a thing I have to do. Because this is a lot of fun for me. But the minute that I said to myself, it's 10:45, you really need to get upstairs and do those dishes because you're supposed to be online at 11, then it's a chore. And I hate chores. They're important, but I don't like them. I have always disliked demands on my time. I've always wanted to play video games all day long and eat chocolate cake and all of that kind of stuff. And let me tell you, I can do some of that. You actually do get tired of chocolate cake if you eat it all day long. But I wouldn't have believed it until I tried. Renee, you can tell me about it if you want, but as always, I will just ignore anything that I don't know how to respond to. Because that is another thing. I prefer to be evasive, and I refuse to give that up. Because although I talk about myself a lot here, it's not a therapy session for me. I'm not, and I'm also not a therapist. So I hope, that if there's heavy stuff going on, you can talk to a person about it. But if it's pretty messed up, then I would prefer you not talk about it in the stream, because I never know how to respond to people properly, and I also I won't feel guilty about it. I'll just ignore it and evade it. So I don't want you to feel like I'm doing that in a negative way. I do this to literally everyone in my whole life. But if you ever want to bring something emotional me, please don't. I am not that kind of guy. I just want to talk about video games. I've stopped talking to so many people in life because they've tried to ask me how I am. The first thing I do whenever I make someone my friend is I tell them, you're not allowed to ask me how I am anymore. Because when someone's my friend, I won't lie to them, and I'm often very upset. And I'll just tell people if they're my friend, and that makes them not ask me, which is just what I want. Most of the time they say something like, good morning. That's my favorite thing, when people tell me good morning, no matter what time of day it is, because it reminds me of Lord of the Rings. Even if I don't respond to whatever you're talking about, though, it's entirely possible that somebody else would want to. But I think I said it at the very beginning of my first live stream. Like, one of the things that kept me from wanting to stream in the first place was feeling uncomfortable about my own, like, emotional detachment generally in life, and how that might impact people that liked my work here. But, you know, she just said to me a very useful thing. She said, Tarquin, not my real name, she said, when have you ever had a problem ignoring people? And she was right. You know, I just don't want anybody to feel upset about it, because I am never going to feel guilty for the way I am. And if anybody's still watching, I'm sorry. I'm going to quit talking about all this. We're going to do something productive. We're going to get Silk Touch on this shovel, and we're going to go adventuring. I'm going to quit talking about myself, because I don't... I don't think that is what I meant to do whenever I started rambling. Hello, Axel. I'm glad you showed up at the end of that. I was talking about how unpleasant I was for a while. But that's all over. What we're going to do now is find this guy, because I refuse to spend one single diamond. He spoke to you in a meme format. He said, imagine not finishing an assignment, as if he was like doing like a meme thing. I guess people do talk to each other in memes. I often do silly stuff like that. They're just, you know, they're older memes because I'm an old person. Thank you, Axel. Yes, it is my pride and my joy. This is my wheat field. I've actually been working on the mustache and the wheat field for almost the exact amount of time. Not the wheat field here, of course. This wheat field is pitiful and small. The wheat field in my survival world. But we are going to buy a shovel. We're going to strip the enchant off and get Silk Touch, and then we're going to go in a direction. Oh, I was talking about my general emotional detachment and how if somebody says something and I don't want to, like, respond to it for any reason, I'll just, like, ignore it and pretend I didn't see it, just like how I am in real life. And then somebody said something totally innocuous that did not call at all for, like, a 4-minute thing where I just digressed and talked about my own, lack of emotional maturity. That happens all the time here. I don't want you to think that you're getting into anything great, but mainly what I'm doing is trying to get a lot of snow, because I have this mountain and I want to make it prettier. It's not around here, but we're going to go there. Alright, I thought Silk Touch was going to be on there. Maybe we waited too long. Very sad. We didn't enchant anything in the meantime. Well, if we don't have Silk Touch, this whole thing is useless. But we can get Fortune 3. Can I get it on a pickaxe? If I can get it on a pickaxe, then that's not useless at all. Because that'll let me get a very, very good pickaxe. Alright, excellent, yeah. Never mind. Not useless. Amazing pickaxe. That'll let us power this up. We're not going to get Silk Touch. We're merely going to get an excellent pickaxe. And then time to put mending on it. Alright, there we go. We just need one more level of efficiency, and then we've got a perfect pickaxe, so very exciting. Yeah. I'm sorry you had a bad day, Renee. I know I've said this a lot. I didn't have a great time in school. I didn't like being there. It wasn't, like, awful for me or anything. I just hated being there and thought it was a waste of my time. I don't want to discourage anybody. I'm just saying. But people mostly didn't troll me in the middle of the school day. New Minecraft confuses you so much. Well, most of this I planted here. A little bit of it is native, but I just need to clean up the inventory a little bit. And even though I don't have Silk Touch, we're just gonna go, because I want to get more snow for Everest. And that's what we're gonna do. I think we want more food, though. This isn't quite enough food. Hello, Owen. Speaking of chores, so there was this period of time where, like, so we had goats, and I would have to wake up in the morning and milk my goat. We didn't have like a ton of them, but like I had one, and my brother had one, and my sister had one, and so on. And so I'd have to wake up in the morning and milk the goat, and then like do other random chores associated with animals being around in time to like catch the bus and then get to school. So I was already like totally over it. And then I had to like sit still and listen to a bunch of people that I thought were boring talk for a long time. Cuz all I really wanted to do was read books and play video games. And and they didn't let me play video games at school. And I'm sure they had a good argument for it. But the only time I really liked school was when I was playing the Oregon Trail a lot in 4th grade, which there we go, bread. I knew I had something. So we're just going to look at the inventory. 2 buckets, plenty of stuff. I need my spyglass. Oh no, where did I put it? It really could be absolutely anywhere. I might as well make another one. Never mind, I found it. Alright, good deal. We've got a brush in case we find something cool. And that's all we need, right? Yeah, that's all we need. We'll go say goodbye to the pets real quick because I don't actually know if we're gonna make it back to the home tonight before the end of the stream. Yeah, you say you like older versions of Minecraft sometimes. Yeah, well, y'all know I just started playing like 4.5 months ago or so, but I one of the very first comments on like my second or third video, it might have been the first. No, it wasn't the first one. It was the second or third one. But it was this guy, and he said, you know, this is boring. You should play in 1.7 with mods or whatever. And then some random people, because you know, I hadn't released a video at this point in like more than a year, and then people like dogpiled on him a little bit. We're like, hey, you know, be nice. This dude doesn't know what he's doing. You know, he shouldn't be acting like that. And I didn't say anything to him. I didn't delete the comment or whatever. Later on, they went on for a bit, and then he started being like really rude, so I deleted that. But I just left it up, and I try to respond to all my comments on YouTube, and so on my dashboard, that guy's thing would always be the very top one on stuff I hadn't responded to. It'd be like stuff from my weird tutorial for Mountain Blade Warband that I did ages ago that somehow got 70,000 views. Don't ask me how. I don't even think it's useful one bit. I'm so embarrassed. I haven't even gone back and watched it. I made it like 10 and a half years ago. No, not that long, just 10 years ago. Because somebody that watched me said they thought it could be useful, and I just still don't know why I ever did it. I didn't know what I was doing. But that guy, anyway, either he deleted his account or he finally looked at the comment and was like, why did I do that? And he deleted it. So now that comment isn't the top one on the page anymore, which is pretty fun. Because I didn't want to respond to it, you know. I didn't want to be like, K. But I really wanted to. But we're going to get in the boat. I'm getting too distracted. This pickaxe is pretty good now. Fortune 3, I feel like it's more than double. Y'all know I've never looked anything up, but it seems like it's more than double. But we're just gonna go in this direction, and hopefully we'll find something with snow. When we get to the ocean, we're gonna turn, not this way though, because we know that we're gonna hit the cherry tree, awesome, beautiful weirdness biome. Yeah, I was. You can sound like a jerk when you say it out loud, but I was a very bright child. I was precocious, and I read voraciously. I was like getting through all the classics at a very young age, and I really did not like school. As soon as I showed up, like the very first time, I was like, oh my god, all these little kids don't know what's going on. You know, like I thought it was going to be way different, and then I roll into public school, and I didn't like it very much, and I never did. I went home and I was like, Mom, I don't need to go to school. I already know all of this stuff. She explained to me that that did not matter, and that was the first in a very long series of people explaining to me that it didn't matter how much I knew. But you know, that is a useful lesson because it definitely. Everybody always told me the truth and gave me good advice. That could be really frustrating. It's also difficult for people to see. It, I wasn't always able to see that. Life is very long. Sometimes people are given bad advice and that kind of thing, but often, you know, everybody tells them stuff that broadly is a good idea, like learn how to get along with others. Don't be such a jerk all the time. And I just like chose not to do any of that. So they explained to me that like being able to get really good grades and like being good at standardized tests was basically irrelevant, and I believed them. I just didn't care because as you guys have noted, there's a lot of stuff I just don't care about, like being very focused. But I hated school. I used to bring like 5 or 6 books to elementary school because I would have teachers that would take my books away because I wouldn't pay attention in class because I didn't need to, right? I'm just using this as an opportunity to air all of my grievances that I had since I was a child. Man, I gotta cut this out. But anyway, they used to take my books away, and then I would like get a secret book from like inside of my jacket, and then I would have like a third backup book in case that one got taken. Oh, Sid, I've absolutely used the Pythagorean theorem in real life. So there's a tabletop war game called Warhammer 40k that is played with miniatures, and I play it. I have played it for some years, not like ages, but like 7 years now. And although I haven't played a game in a while, and in that game you often have to measure distances, so that you can see like if it's legal to shoot your tank at something else, for example. So and because we were playing on like terrain that had like defined height characteristics, it would be like, okay, this is like a 3-inch interval or a 1.5-inch interval or whatever. Unfortunately, it's an Imperial. It's pretty annoying. But so, you know, like if you had like snipers that were up in this thing, you would have to measure the precise horizontal to it, right? But you would know the vertical would be, you know, 7.5 inches, say. But what if it's, you know, 14.2? So me and my friend would just, you know, pull out a piece of paper, 14.2 squared plus, you know, 7.2 squared, bam, solve for c squared, and then you get that, and then you could figure out if it was okay to shoot the sniper with the tank or not. And that happened, like, not just one time. Me and my buddy have used the Pythagorean theorem in real life, like, dozens and dozens of times playing Warhammer 40k. If you're a specific kind of nerd, you never know when you'll need it. And I'm so glad that you could have the delight of me telling you that incredibly true story. I need to paint my Warhammer figures. I need to put them together. I'm so bad at painting them, but it doesn't matter. But I get such anxiety about it though, because I'm like, because they're quite expensive, and I don't want to like mess them up, even though literally anything would be better than not painting them at all, which is what I do. But more skeletons, which is good because I need more bone meal. I also could just get, like a proper farm somehow. Oh, look, a bunch of dogs. Unless they are wolves. They look like dogs to me. They're having a field day. Oh yeah, there's a ton of them here. There were probably a bunch of skeletons, but not anymore. Those dogs are gnawing on the bones. They're having a good time. And even though I said out loud that I wasn't going to go right to this cherry tree thing, maybe this is a different one. Yeah, no, I definitely, y'all know I'm 38, but I still feel very, very childlike in a lot of ways. I try to be cheerful about it because often in life, like, people's expectations of you can be really damaging if you can't or don't live up to them. But they don't have to be you, right? You're the only one who has to be you. So the way you feel about it matters a whole lot more than the way they feel about it. And if what makes me happily get through my days is thinking about coming home and playing Minecraft and talking to myself and others for a long time, and it is, then, if anybody has a problem with that, I literally do not care. You might think there are some things in the world that I care about less than that, but I can't think of any right now. Sid, you asked what my favorite subject in school was. I liked history. I would have liked English, but the stuff that I liked about books and the books I liked and the way I wanted to talk about them was not how the education system really operated for it. I would have benefited from like a different kind of education in literature. I gave myself my education in literature. But I really liked history. My very favorite teachers were history teachers, and I just really like how learning about things in the past can be so fulfilling, and like how the past, the phrase is the past is a foreign country, but really like that, like by learning about it, it's like visiting places that could have been lost, but now are still real, which is the same reason I love literature, especially classic literature, because like not everything that's been created is preserved, right? There is so much of the beauty of human creation that has been lost forever. My favorite poet, Ovid, wrote a tragedy, a play called Medea. He wasn't the only guy to do a Medea. We're just running around the cherry thing. But anyway, I'm not stopping talking about Medea. I keep wanting to talk about it. Medea the sorceress, Jason's wife, who was so mistreated by him and then reacted in such a brutal way. And Ovid was a very fine poet in Rome, lauded in his own time in addition to our own. And Medea was regarded as perhaps his finest work. Like, everybody that was like super amped on Ovid the whole time. I'm trying to say his name right. I always say it Ovid by preference, but they said that Medea was the best thing he ever did. Medea's gone. It's lost. It's extinct. There are no copies of it, and there have not been for more than like say 15, 16, 1700 years, like a very, very long time, and it's unlikely that we'll ever get it again. So like classic literature and history and the things that we're able to learn about the world through archaeology and the study of various artifacts and coins, inscriptions, statuary, in addition to all the other like more organic matters that you can get. I just think all of that's really fascinating, and really one of the treasures of our modern era is that we're able to access so much of that and to learn so much about like how the world was in the past, because before the last 100 or 150 years, there was a lot of stuff that was just not known. There's been a lot of really impressive advances. Oh, it's snowing. How interesting. We're already full of snowballs. All right, I need to make a chest here. Sorry, cherry tree. This sacrifice was necessary. But yes, I know Greek mythology. I had quite a significant interest in it growing up. Alright, there's so much in chat, I was just talking to myself for so long. Alright, so I got the right answer. Thanks, guys. No, Medea the sorceress. She, if you recall the story of Jason and the Golden Fleece, when he gets to that island and he's got to do that stuff. Hey, Ben. So when Jason gets to that island, he's got to do that stuff, and there's the king and the king's daughter. That daughter is Medea the sorceress, and she does some stuff. One thing leads to another, and she leaves with Jason with the fleece, and it all happens there. And there are many Medea plays. Euripides has one that is, in my opinion, his finest play, and I don't even think that's controversial. I think everybody thinks Medea's Euripides' finest play, but I mean, like, there will be a wealth of opinions on that matter, of course, but I think it's largely considered to be that. If anybody knows more about Greek stuff than me, a lot of people do, then I'm sure you'll correct me if that's no longer the case. Alright, the snowballs. We're going to put almost everything up. Not the bed. Not one of the breads. I brought all these emeralds. That's sort of careless. I mean, not really. I brought 2 boats. That's pretty funny. The arrows we'll definitely need. Alright, so snow time. It's not going to take absolutely ages to do this, but it would have been a lot faster with Silk Touch. It'll be okay. There's plenty of snow here, and it's going to be easy to mine it. Sid, you say you never learned like any Greek or Roman mythology, so your knowledge is so limited? Oh man, I should just talk about that all the time then. No, it is some of my very favorite stuff. Most of what we would call like the Roman myth is very derivative of the Greek myth, which makes sense. It's like so much of like European poetry is directly derivative of Roman and Greek poetry and forms, images. One of the interesting things about history and literature is the more you learn about it, it's like any art form or study, of course, but it's like you start seeing the fingerprints of it everywhere. Like, so Shakespeare, right? Shakespeare wrote a lot of plays, and he's very famous. But a lot of what Shakespeare wrote is cribbed from my favorite poet, Ovid. And so is a lot of other stuff. And, like, Romeo and Juliet is very famous, right? But that's basically an adapted Pyramus and Thisbe. And that's not just me being reductive. Like, that's, like, actually what we're talking about as being a sourcing there. And it's not saying that, like, Shakespeare didn't do great work, but sort of like getting inspiration from the classical era has been not just like a modern thing or a Roman thing, but has been like an absolutely persistent thing in European literature and art since Greece. Obviously, like the Renaissance is the indicative moment when that all came into like a bigger upswing, where like sort of the the artistic tradition of the past overtook the folk traditions. How tall am I? I am 6'2". And yes, it is 10 more minutes and then I end the stream, exactly. It might not be precisely 10 minutes, but it'll be right around there. That is the living arrangement that I am in, and that I am happy to uphold. But I might stream tomorrow morning. It's relatively unlikely. I go in pretty early. But I'll probably try and stream tomorrow night, not sure. And then we'll be coming up on a couple days off where I will likely be streaming, like, yeah, you know, like a lot. Probably like 8 hours a day. That's the plan right now. I don't have any errands to run, really. I'm going to go to the grocery store and stock up on some stuff I like to buy in bulk. So I'll buy another, you know, month of ramen or whatever. And buy another amount of Pringles that theoretically should last for significantly longer than they ultimately will. It doesn't matter. It's fine. What matters is that I enjoy the Pringles, not that I ate them in one day instead of 4. It's just, you know, because I look so much like the mascot, I know I've already brought this up, but because I look so much like the mascot, I feel like I should just get all of them. And why shouldn't I? After all, why shouldn't I? I love this. This is so nice. The snow falling. I need to make sure I don't fall through it, but I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. Because I think if I just, like, chip through it, this shovel's strong, right? With efficiency 4, it just gets through it. So unless being frozen makes me really, really bad at churning through snow, I don't think I'll freeze again like I almost did that one time. Hello. I'll call you MC. What's the best chips? So I'm somewhat of a classic guy. I really like the sour cream and onion. Whenever I get like 2 things of Pringles, though, I usually try to get 2 flavors. I get a sour cream and onion, and then I get like a cheddar cheese or a cheddar and ranch, depending on, you know, what's going on there. But I like Pringles. I very rarely get other chips. I used to get tons of Doritos back in the day, but for a while I like didn't eat snacks like at all, and now I just eat a couple things and lots of those, and then just like peanut butter fudge all the time because I make peanut butter fudge. The original version, red Pringles, yeah, I mean that's a good choice, you know, that's a classic choice. Alright. This is a good amount of snow. We're going to pick it up and hopefully have room for everything. We won't need everything, but it'd be nice if we could carry it. I don't need that gold stuff at all. Who knows why I even have it? Oh yeah, because of some kind of skeleton. That makes sense. Alright, we'll take these things, but I don't care about them. I don't think the inventory space should be a problem. It's the dumbest thing I've ever said out loud. Hello, Kiharu. Alright, how do we get home? Not that way. Yes, this way. Indeed. So, the sun sets. We're just going to run through the night because we are incredibly brave. And also, I need more bones. My insatiable need for bones can never be sated. That's the root word of insatiable, so I don't know why I said it that way. Pretty lazy. Pretty lazy. You should be able to depend on me for a more unique linguistic style than that. I'll try to do better. We're just going to jump like this. We probably won't hit the ground. I don't know why I did that. I don't think it would have killed me. But I got tired of walking down. You know, sometimes you know, occasionally I'll look into my brain and see what I'm about to say and like the story I'm about to tell, and then I'll be like, oh wait, no, don't tell that one. You acted very recklessly. You shouldn't ever say that on a video. And then I don't say that thing. Why not use all my seeds of the composter to get bone meal? A very good question. Hello, Tough Times. I knew you could do that. I don't know why I didn't start doing that. But I definitely should. And that would let me get a lot of progress. Alright, I need to start going in a straight line and stop doing what I'm doing, because I got totally turned around there. Very careless, and I have 2,000 blocks to go. So we're just going to go more or less straight, if I can. And also I'm going to fight all the skeletons I see. And run away from creepers. Not because I'm afraid, but because I am very stupid. I wonder if when I jumped all the way down, that was a mistake. These and other questions I will never address. I literally don't care. Why am I traveling in first person? It never works. Alright, we've got a chasm here. You know, if I was in first person, I just would have ran down into it. And instead I could say this. Parkour! You know, taking the fall damage is not very parkour. Alright, this is actually the direction I need to go. It would be better if I didn't go down, actually staying on the top of this ridge. Much superior. We can just jump cunningly that way. Oh yes, brilliant, graceful, stylish, and in all other ways perfect. Oh no, let me up. Okay, as I was saying, you can tell how good I am now because I can jump. There was a time when I wasn't able to do this. It's really just because of the view. Something about first person makes me not know where my feet are. I think it's the point of view. Do I want to go this way? I've never died by falling down before, right? Haha, haha, ha. Oh no, I'm not worried about it. Leave me alone. You're not gonna knock me down. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be able to pick up the snow up again, am I? Oh yeah, and I got my my crazy good shovel, so it's going to be incredibly hard. Is this like instant grass breaks now? Okay, yeah. We got instant grass breaks at efficiency 4. So if you angle it poorly, you basically are going to have a terrible time trying to make a single indentation in grass. But that is the breaks of having a good thing. But speaking of the breaks, oh no, I'm getting shot. Whatever will I do? You know, the best part about all of this is that's about to explode. The best part about all of this is that my shield has full durability. And you know why? Because it has mending on it. Because that is what a good shield has. Oh, the skeleton tried to do like a ranged bomb on me. He shot a creeper at me knowing it would explode. My durability is no longer a problem. I have mending. All of the gear has mending. It's only, like, 2 tools that don't have mending now. I no longer have to care about anything. Do you know what else has mending, Sid? The shield, in case it gets hurt. That is what we have. You ask if I've ever, like, been attracted to a person before? Yes. Yes, I have. I have been previously in long-term relationships. Though that is not at all a thing I'm interested in anymore. I want to play Minecraft. And with my mending shield, we'll always be okay. This is a nice little meadow. We've got a beautiful smattering of what I call normal flowers. You know, you got the azure bluet, unless it's bluet, I don't know how to say it. And then, you know, the beautiful poppy cornflower spread. More poppies over here, and a vast, vast stretch. We're going to keep running on it because it's pretty. And just sort of look at this meadow here. This is a nice meadow. You know I said I was going to run home, but I hope nobody believed me when I said that. My armor's not going to break. I have mending. The shield, I sometimes try to block with Natasha. Like right here. Watch this. You see that? I blocked it. The shield durability went down. And now I'll use my axe to say hello to that sheep. And then this sheep. And before I know it, everything will be the same again. Give me experience. Oh no, a miniature person. No, 2 of them. Now I'm in real danger, said no one ever. It's so hard to hit them in third person, but, you know, when they don't do any damage at all, because your gear's amazing. But, you know, I could have taken durability loss. Theoretically. But unfortunately, we're getting on to the time of night when it's about to be the end. We're just going to lay down and see if the zombie wants to try to shank us while we're sleeping. Here. Oh, you want to see something? Here, I'm just gonna use my shield a little bit. People say I don't love the shield enough. I might need to name the shield. Oh, can I name the shield? Alright, that's enough. The shield worked hard enough. But as we parkour around some trees, let us reflect. Parkour! 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 Oh no! That's terrible. No points. Parkour! Brilliant! Elite! Parkour! Parkour! Absolutely flawless. But yeah, tough times. See ya. I'm about to sign off myself. We're just gonna sit in this cherry boat, pointed in the direction of home, while I talk a little bit. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. I once again am having a great time. I hope you are too. And I quite agree that saying things does... Oh, hi Black Bear, sorry, this is the very end. I hope we'll be able to catch you in another live one. But this one will be up in a video on demand if you choose to look at that. It should automatically go up. But... Anyway, guys, so I'll see you later. And maybe tomorrow morning, maybe tomorrow night, and then definitely here in a couple days. Hi, Patrick. Bye, Patrick. Hi, Jolie. Bye, Jolie. You guys caught me at the very end. Y'all know I can't talk past midnight. But anyway, I it's been a lot of fun, and I hope I'll see y'all in a future stream or video, and you have a good night or day as you prefer. Um, uh, Good morning, Jolie, by the way, and I'll talk to you guys later. That's about all for me. Bye. Wait, did I not turn this off? I say to myself ironically. No, I definitely didn't. Anyway, now it's really the end. Goodbye.